extreme weather events like catastrophic floods, famine-inducing droughts and storms could increase if countries fail to meet global warming targets, experts warn. Under the UN-led Paris Agreement, signatories agreed to limit temperature increases to 2 degrees Celsius, 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, or lower compared to pre-industrial levels. Individual states set separate targets for a 3 degrees Celsius, 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, increase in this 1 degree Celsius, 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Difference could lead to the devastating weather conditions, research suggests. Greenhouse gas emissions will result in a more than 500% increase in record-breaking warm nights over parts of Europe and East Asia, they say. Scroll down for video. If global warming continues past the point of the limit set by the Paris Agreement, then extreme weather could become more common. A further 1 degree Celsius, 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, increase, pictured, could cause a 500% increase in the amount of record-breaking warm nights. Researchers from the Stanford University, Columbia University and Dartmouth College expanded on previous work analyzing historical climate data. This showed how greenhouse gas emissions have increased the probability of recording breaking hot, wet and dry events in the present climate. Now, the group has looked at similar models to estimate the probability of extreme weather events in the future under the aspirational Paris Agreement commitments and those of individual countries. While the 1 degree Celsius, 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, difference may seem negligible, experts found it is enough to have extreme consequences. Professor Noah Diffenbaugh from Stanford University, who led the study, said, "The really big increases in record-setting event probability are reduced if the world achieves the aspirational targets rather than the actual commitments." At the same time, even if those aspirational targets are reached, we still will be living in a climate that has substantially greater probability of unprecedented events than the one we're in now. Scientists previously found that the rise in global temperature has increased the chance of extreme weather events across more than 80% of the globe. Real-life events have become more common and more severe in recent years. In 2017 alone, last year we saw the hottest year ever without an El Niño, devastating wildfires across California, monsoons throughout Southeast Asia and hurricanes in Texas and Florida. Hundreds of people died due to freak weather events. Looking into the future and how effective the Paris Agreement will be is the latest application of an extreme event framework that Stanford University researchers have been developing for years. It relies on a combination of historical climate observations and models that are able to simulate the patterns of the atmosphere and the oceans. Scientists use these models to test two future scenarios, one that includes only natural climate influences, like sunspot or volcano activity, and another that also includes human influences like rising carbon dioxide concentrations. Researchers found that emissions consistent with the commitments countries have made are likely to result in a more than five-fold increase in probability of record-breaking warm nights over approximately 50% of Europe and 25% of East Asia. The authors found that this level of warming is also likely to lead to increases in hot days, along with milder cold nights and shorter freezes. Meeting the Paris Agreement's goals are likely to reduce the area of the Earth that will see the record-breaking events. Even at this reduced level of global warming, the world is still likely to see increases in record-setting events compared to the present. Dr. Diffenbaugh added, damages from extreme weather and climate events have been increasing, and 2017 was the costliest year on record. These rising costs are one of many signs that we are not prepared for today's climate, let alone for another degree of global warming. The research was published in Science Advances.